Hello, my name is Jess Torres, RTFH Program Analyst. This is a recorded training that will include steps on applying for funding through ZoomGrants. ZoomGrants is a database used to collect applications, manage grants, and funding distributed through RTFH. Note, this training includes only examples, and the questions in the application may differ depending on the funding. RTFH has created a comprehensive guide for subrecipients to use as a tool. Once you have received the link from RTFH, use this recording as a guide when applying. This training is targeted at the financial and grants team. RTFH has also created a comprehensive guide for subrecipients to use as a tool during this training. We will cover ZoomGrants application steps in this training. Things needed to complete this application will be access to ZoomGrants, executed agreement between RTFH and subrecipients, specific documents that are uploaded within the document application. And if you're not familiar with the documents needed, please reach out to RTFH and they will guide you depending on the awarded funding. You'll also need the point of contact information for the CEO, invoice, and program personnel. The link that's given by RTFH to apply is also needed to complete the application. Once you have the link to ZoomGrants, you will put the link into the URL window. This link will take you to the ZoomGrants screen tied to the funding. If you already have an existing ZoomGrants account, you will use the section Existing ZoomGrant Users to log in. You will need the email address and password previously used to access ZoomGrants. You will find this on the upper right-hand corner of the web page. If you do not have an account in ZoomGrants, you will need to click on New ZoomGrant Account. You will find this button on the right side of the web page below the search window. Once you click on this function button, a pop-up window will show up with prompts to add email address, password, first and last names, and the account type should be selected as organization. See the open programs that are currently open to apply. However, you will need to log into ZoomGrants to complete the new application. Please note the password must be 8 to 16 characters and contain 1 letter and 1 number. After creating your ZoomGrants account, you will see you have successfully created a new account and logged in. Next, select the program you are applying to and click the Apply button to get started. You will need to fill out all the tabs except the Tables tab to submit your application successfully. Make sure you have your executed agreement for the following next steps. RTFH uses a naming convention for the ZoomGrants program names to keep the process streamlined and organized. The naming convention is as follows: agency name underscore program name underscore program type. For this specific example, we use RTFH as the agency, Mighty Ducks as the program name, and RRH as the program type. You will then need to find the awarded approved amount in your executed agreement to enter amount requested in your application. Next, you will need to fill out the applicant information. This should be the point of contact that RTFH will reach out to with questions about the program. They will be the main point of contact for their agency to communicate back to their team. Next, the organization's information entry. You'll need the legal name, street address, state, phone number. Fax and website information is optional, but it's beneficial to enter. Finally, the CEO's information, first and last name, title, and email address. This contact is the person who is accountable for all agreements within their organization. Next, you will need to grant access to your internal team members. Collaborators section is a section to use To enter team members who will need ZoomGrants access for reporting, application, and invoicing. The collaborator will need to accept the invitation to have access granted. Make sure to click on the editing access box, then click on add to additional contacts box and invite. For the next part of the application, you will need the executed agreement between your organization and RTFH, specifically the budget section. First, you will need the revenue and funding sources. Please keep the item descriptions and do not change the labels. If there's a label that your organization may need and we didn't include it in the application, please reach out to us. Next, you will fill out the amounts allocated to each item description. Most items should fall into the COC column except the match revenue for this example. Match revenue should be entered into the match column. Only enter the awarded activities and amounts listed in the executed agreement. Next, you will need the budgeted line items found in the executed agreement. Only enter the approved activities. There's only one column named agency budget, in which you will enter the awarded activities into. Please do not change the descriptions listed under the expenses. If you feel that we are missing an expense, please reach out to us and we will guide you on any next steps. All of the tabs should be completed except tables. The last tab you will need to focus on will be the Documents tab. Again, depending on the awarded funding, there are specific documents that are requested. To make sure you have all items, please reach out to the RTFH team and we will guide you on the items. You won't be able to proceed in submitting the applications if the documents are not uploaded. Once everything's filled out and uploaded, you'll click on Submit Now, and if there's errors, it will show up in red. If anything's missing or needed, it will prompt you to correct it before submission is allowed. If everything is correct, the next screen will ask you for your initials to confirm everything is correct and agreement terms. After entering initials, you'll then click Submit Now. Then you will get a window that shows a successful application has been submitted. Save a PDF copy for your records, and then email jessica.torres@rtfhst.org once you have finished your application successfully. Once we have received the application in our queue, we will review it. And then once it's approved, you'll see that on your application status. If you have more than one program that's awarded in the same funding, you'll have to follow the next steps. You'll need to create multiple programs under the same funding source. Log in using the same URL given by RTFH. You see the program name, you'll click on Apply again. Another pop-up window will then show up. You'll click on OK to proceed. After clicking OK, another pop-up message will show up. It will state, "Thank you, your application has been created. You may get started now." You will then create the application like you created the initial application. The next slides will show the application example once you save it as the PDF. If you have any further questions, please reach out to RTFH. And thank you for watching.